You won't recognise me. Up until a few months ago, I was sat right where you are, asking the same questions you're probably asking now. I met Joanne at the spring conference in Nottingham and asked if she'd mind if I lent a hand. She said yes, and here I am now, allowed to put Joanne on the spotlight and see what's been going on since then. As most Ammach fans like myself will know, since the Channel 4 documentary in June this year, there's been a lot of controversy about the experiences involved and also the members of Ammach that were also involved in the project. I'd like to tell you on a personal note that Ammach hasn't gone nowhere. It's still doing the same great work that it has been over the past 2 years, and there's some brand new stuff on the horizon. Since the Channel 4 documentary aired, Joanne's taken some time off to deal with the overwhelming responses that came about due to the Channel 4 documentary. If the Channel 4 documentary is the dark cloud, then there certainly is a silver lining. Behind the scenes, Joanne has been extremely busy putting together some new interviews that have come about since the Channel 4 documentary, which will be available very soon on the new Ammach YouTube channel, Ammach Project. There's some fascinating information coming down the pipeline from Ammach, part of which involves the Roswell incident, which I don't think anyone will have heard outside of the Ammach Project. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce Joanne Summerscale.
I know that quite a lot of people have been wondering where I've been. I haven't actually gone underground. I've just been, as you said, there's been a huge influx of contact information, especially post-documentary. And it's really exciting because we've had a lot of people coming through who are also interested in supporting Ammach, and we have some new people joining us, and I'll tell you about those at another time, but Adam is one of them. So thank you very much, Adam, too. I just wanted to say and just set the record straight about what is happening to Ammach. And I know you wanted to ask me particularly what is happening with Miles and myself. So just to set the record straight, Miles and I did some fantastic work, absolutely wonderful, and I have to thank him for being part of that very much indeed. However, now he is no longer part of Ammach, and I am the founder and director of Ammach, that has always been. Miles was brought in as my not as a co-director, but as a creative director. And as I said, he did a really fantastic job. Now I know that Miles has been using some images of Ammach and lighting to do with Ammach whilst he's been carrying on doing other interviews. And I just want to say that whatever he does or says on tape or in any other format or medium whatsoever is nothing to do with Ammach at all. So that's just to set the record straight. Now, what is happening with Ammach is it's continuing, it's evolving, and we're getting bigger and stronger. And we have some very exciting material which Adam will be helping me with down the line. One of the things I just want to say is that also on the back of some articles, I had a contact from a British lady, a lady who is down southwest in the UK, who came forward with some information about Roswell. She thought this may be information that nobody had really heard before, and I'll let you know again near the time when we've done our interview with her how that pans out, and you can make up your own mind whether this is a scoop or whether it's old news. Also, we've had a scientist contact us as well, which is really exciting, because one of the things I'm very keen and anxious to do is get some science on board and get some analysis done and get some real hard statistics for people, so we can really begin to understand the impact not only of what's happening for the experiencers, but where in the country it's happening most, the degree and level of interaction, and how that is impacting our human history. So there's lots going on. So I do hope you will watch this space, and Ammach is here to stay. We have a new Ammach YouTube channel, it's called the Ammach Project, and also Ammach 2013. You will have to be a little bit patient whilst we get those up and running, and also whilst I update the website. So I hope that's allayed a lot of fears and rumours. Ammach is continuing. We've got a wonderful new team on board, and we'll be introducing you to those down the line. So thanks very much for supporting Ammach. We really, really appreciate it. And I'll also be letting you know the information about the contact we've had and also some of the other fascinating material that's come in. Thank you once again.
So Joanne, I'm sure everyone else at home is asking this question as well. How do you feel about the Channel 4 documentary since it's aired?
Yeah, good question. Well, we've had a few chats about this, haven't we? And it was extremely disappointing. One of the things I'd really hoped and really worked hard to maintain was the integrity of the work. And clearly, that was not on the agenda for the production company or Channel 4. And it really is sad because out of, I'm told, what was 80 hours of filming, they came up with a bucket load of rubbish. However, having said that, a lot of people saw through it and recognised the agenda that Channel 4 people had, and perhaps the production company. I don't know whether I could say that it was ignorance or just simply not knowing, but anyway, they certainly did collaborate in the outcome of the documentary. And of course, it was appalling. It was really very sad. And I can only say that that was not a true representation of Ammach or our work or anything like. And those people who have followed the Ammach interviews will appreciate that and know that. And again, on a final and positive note, I want to say a very big thank you, and also to say how courageous they are, those people who have come forward to tell me exactly what's been going on for them in their experiences as a direct result of the documentary. Just proving the point, as I said, that they saw through it, and it really was a very poor thing. So the next documentary or show, I will either be having editing rights or I'll be making it myself. So watch this space, and thanks, Adam.
Thank you.